Hello, friends. So we have another update on blocks, this time 1.0.5, and it's all about typography and spacing. So let's dig into what changed. So first of all, we applied some rules to the spacing between the text, and how this is now managed is still through variables. If you go to typography, now, each one of them has a top margin and a bottom margin, and currently set as small, medium, large, or tiny, small, medium, large, which you can set here. So all of these are set to EMs, so they scale as the text scale, as everything has fluid typography. But you can pick between these, you can change these, and it kind of applies to all of it. One thing to mention is ideally, I know that here the H1 and the H2 has both top and bottom. But what I would stick to is just the top margin. As you can see, all of the other ones are set this way. And the primary reason is that with CSS, you can edit the top margin depending on what comes before it. But you can't really target if something comes after it. So in this case, if you go and check out the custom code, what is happening is that first of all, the first element and last element inside of a slot or inside of the rich text, they don't have any margin. So the first one will have no top margin and the bottom one have no bottom margin. But also another thing is I've noticed that a lot of you control the spacing through adding a spacer. So what is doing with typography is that if that like either heading or a paragraph is followed or is following a spacer, then we're nulling the top margin, so that if the two are together, we're not applying any margin. But if you don't have a spacer, then it applies the top margin that you selected in the variable. So that is the major change that it's happened in this version. Another few other ones that is worth mentioning is now majority, or actually all of the components, have the attribute, the new attribute prop that sits here. So you can add any attributes that you want. This also has replaced the class attribute. So at the moment, all of these either have the ID or style, which is not possible to add to the attributes here directly, but the class you can. And since blocks use minimal amount of classes, we've removed all of the classes unless it's an internal one. So you have the attributes here. Another thing that has changed is now all of the attributes such as class, ID, and style have conditional visibility, which means that if you don't enter any of these props, the attribute will not show on the live site. So it allows for a cleaner HTML, and we always love that. So let me check. I think that is all of the changes that have been added to this version. Always have a look at the changelog as well for any additional details. And yeah, enjoy blocks and let me know what you build with it.